Oh, hey! Hey, everybody, and welcome to the return of the... Hey, don't you want to say hi?
I just said hi.
Oh, you're done already?
Yeah.
Well, come back real quick. And at least say good journey to him if you're going to go upstairs.
Good journey.
Say, good to see you guys again.
Good to see you guys again.
Alright, have fun with your game.
Bye.
Alright, everybody. Welcome to the return of the MOTUfigures.com video spotlights. Blaze and I are back. We took off during the summer, you know, we want to have some good family time. And
because during, like, the school, I had homework on the weekends, so we weren't really able to do it because I had a lot of homework during the weekends.
Yeah. But during the summer, it was like we got to just like spend the whole day going out and doing fun things,
right.
And you know, it was nice to just kind of take a break and relax
right.
during the summer. And now that school's starting up again, you know, this is a good time where we can kind of bond, you know, weeknights or during the day or weekdays or weekends or whatever. Plus, we just kind of got it recharged from taking this sort of break. There has been a couple changes when it comes to the MOTU line, though, for us. Before, I had a couple subs, and I stuck with them. Last year, I wasn't going to renew my sub because of all the problems with the line, promises that weren't being fulfilled, like fixing shipping issues or, you know, having sub stuff ship before non-sub stuff and reverse parts, and just, I don't think I need to rehash here all the problems that the line has, because I think anybody that collects the line pretty much knows all the problems. A lot of people are willing to accept them just to keep the line going. I was unwilling to keep accepting them. There was only so much complaining you could do that was falling on deaf ears before it became a thing of, okay, well, the feelings of kind of, I don't know the right way to say it, the feelings of kind of contempt I was getting from Mattel and the whole deal were starting to seep into my enjoyment of the figures. And at that point...
and people would say that you did it wrong, but they would say, no, we did it right. We meant to change it up a little.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. The Stinkor's arms... Which, I'm sorry, I do not believe at all that was a design choice to switch the arms and make them reversed. I don't think that... It's the Four Horsemen that designed the figures, and they're kind of blamed when certain things go wrong, but now that this is wrong, it was a design choice, but it's not the Four Horsemen's design choice. It was something to make it pop on your shelf. I didn't buy a bit of that. It just really felt like they messed up again, and rather than admit they mess up again, it was easier just to say, oh, it was a design choice to make it pop a little bit. The only thing it pops a little bit is it looks wrong. You know? So that was kind of it. That was the point where it was like, okay, it's been problem after problem after problem.
Right.
I gotta stop with this. So if things get fixed eventually, and this year looks like it turns out to be fantastic and all the problems are gone, I'll start to pick up more and more with what I'm picking up. But for now, it's really only the must-haves, and the most wanteds for me. No more sub. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go first.
But we still have a lot of figures to catch up on, and we have a lot of, like, most wanted figures later on that we'll pick up. So don't think that this is the end of us doing videos.
Right.
Plus, my friend Matt still picks them up, and he said, hey, anytime you guys want to review a figure that I get and you guys decide you don't want to get, you can review it, because he got Stinkor, he got Horde Prime. He said we could borrow those. Daniel Quintero sent us a Spector we can review. So we'll still be doing lots of reviews, and the boys will have certain figures they want to pick out and get. I have a few most wanteds that I want to get, so...
Horde Prime's out?
Horde Prime's out.
Is he cool?
He's okay. I mean, we'll get to when Matt lets us borrow him. We'll get into what his.
I mean, I wish I would have gave him the rest of the weapons.
We're gonna talk about some weapon stuff with this Draego-Man. So okay, so that's what we're doing today. We're doing Draego-Man, and again, this figure's been out a while, but we gotta play a lot of catch up.
It's still kind of one of my favorites.
I still think it's a fantastic figure. I think he's one of the best figures in the line. An amazing release, and easily. Well, I love Fearless Photog. But easily my second favorite of all the 30th figures. Now that we've seen them all, easily my second favorite. Because there's Photog and him, Mighty Spector, Sir Laserlot, Castle Grayskull Man, which I'm not a fan of. No offense to the guy that created him, I'm just not a fan of it, the design myself, and the name of the character. It's just not my cup of tea. But again, not every MOTU figure is everybody's cup of tea. And I'm 100% happy for the guy that won. I think it's awesome.
I'm really happy for him.
I'm totally happy for him. It's so cool that a fellow fan is getting a figure made. Right. I think it's so awesome. But again, we don't have to like every single figure made.
And I'm kind of happy it was someone that collected the line, because someone that just got into it just to create a guy.
Yeah, just to have a toy made or something like that. It's obvious this guy really was a real fan, so it's awesome that he won. So then there was him, and then there was Psychop, which I don't really like at all.
What's Psychop?
Psychop is the Terry Higuchi who works at Mattel. It's his character. I don't know. Did I show you a picture of him? I'll have to show you a picture. I'm not a fan at all of the look or design of that character. I think it's just way too out there. I think it's not, doesn't fit MOTU. It looks like somebody just threw a bunch of parts together. I'm sorry, I know. I take more of a stance on that one than I would Castle Grayskull Man, because I know it's a fan that designed it, and you know, toy design isn't his job or anything like that.
Right.
Whereas I think Higuchi's kind of into toy design, and I just think I don't really like it. It's just not, I don't really enjoy it. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Drago-Man, which is the character that was designed by the Four Horsemen. Now, Eric Treadaway, who's the big MOTU vintage guy of the Four Horsemen, said he wanted a character that kind of fit into that original grouping, where there was the Fish Man and the Beast Man, and he thought about making a Dragon Man.
That's
what Drago Man came from.
Yeah, when they the 50th thing first started.
30th, you mean?
Yes, 30th.
I'm not that old.
When 30th thing just started.
Yeah.
Who did you think your favorite was? He's always been, like I said, he's gonna be the best out of them.
Photog's always been my favorite. He still is.
Well, when it first started, I was like, he's gonna be like probably my favorite design and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic. I really like him. I think the connection to me is just for Photog, is for wanting and knowing that character for so long, and then having him. He's still a great figure. I think he's incredibly well done. I just don't have the attachment to Drago Man that I do to him. But I understand from your point of view, you never really knew about Photog and all those things over the years. So these are both kind of new characters to you.
He's probably my second.
50th? I'm not that old.
Sorry.
So, I think he's great. I think Drago Man is an awesome, epic-looking figure.
Right.
He's huge. I didn't think I'd like him as much as I do.
Yeah.
Because I thought about the whole relation to him being kind of a small dragon character, and then Granomir being this huge dragon.
Actually pretty big compared to a regular figure.
He's, you know, the body's the same, but it's the fact of these wings being so huge, and this head taking up so much space, and then the tail being in there.
That's a whiplash tail, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That all of this kind of adds up to being just a big, bulky, heavy figure. Speaking of all that bulk and heaviness, he originally was supposed to come with some extra weapons. A shield that had a flame ring around it, an interchangeable blade for the sword, and I think a flame whip.
Yeah, I remember the flame whip. I mean, I remember the shield. I don't remember the whip.
I'm pretty sure it had a flame whip. So all those accessories were originally shown with him, and then pretty quickly after that, they came back down. Pretty quickly after that, they changed it and took his accessories out. And they said, oh, well, we can't afford to put him in there. It's such a big, bulky figure. And I can understand with him having so much bulk why they would have to pull some stuff.
I mean, and he doesn't really need that much weapons.
He doesn't.
Because of his strength. And I kind of, you know how...
Hi, buddy.
You know how Trapjaw's more of a bounty hunter type dude?
Yeah.
I kind of play that way with him, too. Like, him and Trapjaw work together most instead of him and Trapjaw and Beastman. I make those two work the most, and Beastman sometimes goes on missions with him.
I can see that. But as far as his bulk and his accessories go, they pull him out pretty quickly. And I'm kind of starting to get the vibe, and again, this could just be me kind of having a cynical kind of conspiracy theory view about it, but it seems like more and more they're showing accessories with stuff, and then saying afterwards, oh, no, we can't afford to do that.
Like,
and now they have this accessory, hang on, now they have this accessory pack that has all these accessories from these figures that they're going to sell, and to me it's kind of like, okay, were they showing us those accessories just so we get excited about it, and then you would buy the accessory pack? So if you saw Drago Man and really wanted his accessories, and even if you didn't buy the other figures that have accessories that got dropped and then put in the accessory pack, you would then buy the accessory pack to complete him, which would then put him at being like a $40 or $50 figure to fully complete him. So, I mean, it could be... Buddy, will you stop grabbing my feet? Thank you. So, again, that could just be me being conspiracy theory, but his accessories got dropped, the War Prime accessory got dropped, the Man-at-Arms blaster thing got dropped.
From what, the Snake Man?
Yeah, and then they had the, they talked about the Keldor swords, those are going to be put in there. There was something else, too, that I think that got dropped, that got put in there. I could be wrong. But it feels like a lot of the stuff that, and it's great that they are doing that pack to finish some things off, but at the same time, if it's that reasoning to kind of get people to buy an accessory pack, I wouldn't really dig that. So what we do have here, though, is a big, bulky figure, and he has the one accessory, which is the flame sword. It's molded in sort of a clear, yellowish, translucent plastic.
Yeah. Oh.
What was it?
Go ahead.
And then kind of just, it looks like it just painted the purple hilt onto there. So it's a really nice accessory, and if it was going to come with one, I'm glad it came with that one.
That's what I was going to say. I'm glad they didn't drop the other weapons. I mean, I'm
Hey,
glad
bud,
they
would you
dropped
mind stop doing that?
I'm glad they dropped the other weapons because this is my favorite of the bunch. I mean, the other blade would have been nice.
I'd much rather have a flame one than a standard sword, though.
Oh, that was a standard. I thought it was like a different kind of flame.
No, it was just a plug out. It was like a standard sword
I
or a
didn't
flame.
see the picture then. I
Yeah,
guess.
it was switch out between flame and standard. And the shield has a flame thing around it you pull
Yeah,
off.
I saw the picture. I remember the shield.
Yeah, of all the accessories, I think the flame sword is the best one, and I'm glad it came with it. As far as reused parts here, we've got a lot of King Hiss parts, but this time his shoulders are correct, which is nice. He's got the shoulders and the upper arms and the thighs of King, and the upper, I guess, shins. I guess he had those upper calves of King Hiss, where it's got that scaly look to it, which works great for a dragon. Mm-hmm. And then he's got the Hordak feet. He's got hero boots. He's got new hands, which I think were then used on one of those Snake Men from the Snake Men 2-pack, and maybe for some of the Snake Men. And then he's got a new head, he's got new armor, he's got new wings, obviously, and as Blaze has already pointed out, he's got a whiplash tail. All the reused parts work perfect.
Is that a reused part, like the bottom part? Like
yeah, the three-toe boot is from Hordak.
Ah.
So all the reused parts are great. He's got the longer loincloth, which is more of a Preternia character. No, it's more like the Preternia stuff that has a longer loincloth. But I think it works perfect with him. I think it looks really, really good with that sort of longer loincloth. It kind of gives him more of an overall, like, big look. The new head sculpt is just so awesome. He's got these black horns that's sort of a rubbery material that look like they're a separate piece that were kind of glued in. And I like that they have this kind of rubbery feel to them so they don't break off or anything like that. His head is a little bit on the wobbly side on all of ours, but not enough to deter me from really loving the figure. Paint apps are really solid across the board. He's got a lot of different colors going on here. A nice kind of metallic blue highlight all over the place. The purple, the red, the orange inside of the wings. Great figure. A nice kind of almost smoky wash all over his back of his wings and his tail. Mm-hmm. Pretty much perfect. Mm-hmm. And this is a figure that I don't think is, I would mind. Back when this figure came out, what was it? It was $20 or $22. Now the figures have gone up to $25 next year. $27 if you buy them day of, which is expensive, especially for a line with so much reused parts. This is one figure that I probably wouldn't have mind paying $25 for, though.
Yeah, same here.
He's amazing. Really good figure. Okay, you want to read this?
Can I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I like this figure when I first saw him at PowerCon. I thought he was going to be my favorite 30th anniversary. Yes, I got it right.
You got it at the time.
But yeah, I knew he was probably going to be my favorite, and he still is.
Yeah.
I mean, as I get older, it might change. I'm not sure, but right now, as for now, this is like my favorite 30th anniversary.
Yeah. Who's your second favorite? Is it Photog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your third favorite? If you had to choose.
My third favorite? Well, let's see. I like Photog the best, and then Drago Man. Mm-hmm. And who we got left? There's Psychop, Castle Grayskull Man, Sir Laserlot, and Spector.
Right.
I would have to say that it's probably Spector, yeah. Because Psychop is easily my least favorite. And then probably Sir Laserlot is my second least favorite. Don't do that, bud. You're going to end up breaking the couch. And then Castle Grayskull Man. So it goes Photog, Drago Man, Spector, Castle Grayskull Man, Laserlot, Psychop.
Right.
Right? Right? Alright. Alright, I'm going to read the bio. You ready? Mm-hmm. Draego-Man, real name, renounced his given Dragonian name, in parentheses. Why couldn't you still put it on there, though? Just because he renounced it doesn't mean we don't need to know it.
What does renounced mean?
It means he gave it up. Whatever. During the Great Wars, the Dragons of Darksmoke fought in many epic battles against King Grayskull and the Snake Men. But will you please stop doing that? You're going to end up breaking the back of that couch. It's not meant to be, like, jumped on. Alright. I don't know where it was. A magical half-human, half-dragon creation of the great black wizard, Drago Man, was shunned by Granomir and allied himself instead with the free people of Eternia. After the truce of the Three Towers, Drago Man became so disgusted with the humans that he isolated himself from all civilization, living as an outcast in the caverns of Arkash. After several millennia of bitter retreat, Drago-Man discovered Skeletor's plans to enslave his dragon kin and use them as weapons against the royal palace. He returned from hiding to join Skeletor's evil warriors, seeking revenge against all who betrayed him. Drago-Man uses his flame breath and ability to manipulate fire to battle for the side of evil. I like it.
You know, wait, can I see that for 1 second?
Yeah.
I forgot I was going to say.
Well, you're thinking of that. I'm going to go ahead and say what I think about the bio. When I first saw the character, I thought I didn't know if he was going to be a good guy or a bad guy. I like that he's a bad guy, and I like that he was that they're playing off that he was sort of against the dragons and allied with the people, but then didn't like that the people kind of joined with the dragons again.
Granomir, he didn't like the people in the cartoon.
Yeah, and then it's kind of sounded like Granomir and them were kind of in a war with the people, and then he sided with the people. Drago-Man did, but then when they came together, Drago-Man wanted no part of that because he hated the dragons. So then he becomes kind of one of Skeletor's minions. I think he would be a great one to have on your side. Breathing his fire. I wish he had an articulated jaw. I know that would have been a lot more to do. Yeah. Would have been nice to have a jaw that moved that you can kind of plug fire into. I like this bio. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool take on this, a cool take on an evil character and his kind of origin here. And it does a good job of explaining everything, but not leaving too much hanging. It's just clear cut. I liked it. Alright, so we're going to sign off on this one, right? Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys again shortly. I guess we'll do either Thunder Punch, He-Man, or Spector next. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah,
so,
or should we do an older one?
Well, we have the optic one. We have an optic one that's done.
Right.
And I just got to do pictures. So, the optic one you're going to see is us in the old room. All I have to do is whiplash. Okay. Do we explain why we're in this room in this video? We did in the Rescue Cat video, for the Hot Toys video we just did.
We didn't explain it.
The reason we're in here now is we've moved the couch into this more family room, so we have 2 couches in here that are sort of staggered. There's a smaller one that's in front of us that the kids can sit on and watch movies, and Bobby and I sitting back, we turn off the lights, and it's like a little movie theater.
And we have a new flat screen TV.
We have a new flat screen TV in here. So we moved everything out of that other room, the couch out of the other room, so there's no place to sit in there.
That's now the Hot Toy room?
Well, it's good. There's a lot of Hot Toys in there. I've kind of switched the He-Man stuff around and put it into these 2 smaller rooms.
Right.
They're sort of behind us here. So the switch arounds kind of happened, and it was just made more sense that we're doing more videos to kind of do it in here, right, where it's more of a more neutral thing since we're doing Hot Toys and Turtles and whatever we're going to do. So that's the whole switch around thing. Mm-hmm. So we'll sign off, and we'll see you guys next time, right? Mm-hmm. Good journey.
Good journey.
See you guys.